We're going to go live to Salazar-Driver, who has Paul Begala on the floor right now, and he's going to interview him a little bit about his speech and find out some information. So, Sebastian?
All right, thanks guys, and I'm here with Paul Begala. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks.
What are your first impressions of the mock convention, especially after some of the tough questions you got in the question and answer?
I think it's great. I think it's the best thing about democracy. You know, people come together, they try to figure out what they stand for, and then they fight it out. But you know, no punches are thrown, no shots are fired, and then we all go home and decide, you know, the majority rules. It's great.
We're looking at not necessarily CNN, but Fox, NBC. A lot of the coverage this week, obviously Super Bowl week, what happened with Janet Jackson has been a big issue. How do you get the youth interested in politics when it seems like the media's coverage is kind of lackluster?
I think it is. I try to, at least in my little show at Crossfire, we actually try to make it fun. You know, I think this is great fun. It's the highest human drama, so it's really interesting and compelling. And yet somehow, you're right, some of my friends in the media just kind of suck all the life out of it because it's important, but it doesn't mean you have to be pompous. So I think that's part of it, is trying to make it fun.
One of your buddies on Crossfire, Robert Novak, he was here in 2000. How do you think that the political kind of landscape has changed since then?
Well, I think 9/11 did change everything. I think led our president into this disastrous war in Iraq. It's got Democrats now angry. Democrats believe that we're not doing enough on Homeland Security. We need to do more, and we shouldn't be wasting our time, our money, and our precious young people's lives in a war halfway around the world when we've got to defend the homeland first.
All right, well, looking to get a Democrat in the White House. Who do you think, looking ahead at the primaries, not so much as what's happened, who do you think, can you give me a winner right now?
No, I can't. I've been doing this for 20 years, Sebastian. I never make predictions.
Well, who do you think right now has the best shot?
Well, obviously John Kerry's in the driver's seat, but there's a lot of high-quality candidates in that field, and I don't think this thing is over yet.
One of those candidates, Howard Dean, he fired his campaign manager recently. You being in those shoes, how do you feel? Was that maybe the right decision at the right time, or how do you feel about that?
You know, the problem with Howard Dean is the candidate, not the campaign. He brought thousands of people into the process. That campaign energized a whole new generation of voters. It brought millions of dollars of clean, honest, ethical money, not from Enron, but from ordinary people. So I thought the campaign was great, but the candidate was lacking. And I thought it was kind of unfortunate that he's blaming the campaign for his mistakes.
Another candidate, John Edwards, is being compared to a young Bill Clinton. You worked for Bill Clinton. Do you think that's a fair comparison?
You know, it's like NBA always looks for the next Michael Jordan. You know, Kobe Bryant is Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal is Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James is LeBron James. Ain't nobody is Michael Jordan. We'll never see another Bill Clinton in my lifetime. John Edwards is a very gifted guy, but there'll never be another Clinton.
Well, thank you for joining us. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Sebastian. Once again, that was Salazar-Driver live on the convention floor with keynote speaker Paul Begala from CNN's Crossfire.